Our first show of the year. Welcome, guys. I'm super excited, people. I'm super excited. It's our first show of 2021. How do y'all feel? Please make sure you share. Make sure you tune in. Hey, our Instagram live people, how we doing? Please click the link in the bio and join us on YouTube, and join us as we gist tonight. I'm so excited. I had to put a touch of red because it's a Valentine's season.
Oh, do you know? I,
I told all of you to bring your popcorn, bring your juice, bring your wine. To me, I came ready. I have my juice
you know
here.
what? I
Guys,
am. I'm actually. I feel so bad because I honestly. I was wondering why you're also dressed
my
up.
popcorn. My popcorn is ready.
I was wondering why
I
you're
even
also
brought
dressed up in
I
the
brought
red. And it's not
extra
as if I didn't get
serving.
the memo, but now so we see how.
How we doing? Hello, people.
Happy New Year!
Happy
Welcome
New
to
Year, guys. Happy New Year,
2021.
guys.
I
I'm
know
so
it's
excited.
February, but
Like, I know, right? I know, right? We did a disservice by waiting till February, but it all worked out to be great. So welcome, guys. This is your first time joining us. This is Friday night, just with Anu and Dami. I know it's been a minute you've seen us. I know. But we needed to recalibrate and recorporate and recuperate and reignite. If there's any other word. But welcome to Friday Night Gist. Here we talk about different trending news. We talk about different topics, different things that happen during the week, during the month. And we have so much to talk about today. My course is the Dami Adeni, so
hello, hi.
you can
How's everyone doing?
see by my right. Do you know
I
I
don't
always
even
have
know where
like this to
because
know right or left?
I'm looking at it from the backstage, so it's a bit different in the backstage. So I don't know where I am. So I'm going to have to trust your judgment.
Dami is the other person in the low court. Me, I'm the one with the shuku. Hi guys, how y'all doing? And thank you guys. Y'all are the MVP. In less than 1 week, we had 100 followers on Instagram. Like y'all are the MVP. Like I can't but say thank you to everyone that followed her page. And for those that are watching us right now, welcome. Please make sure you share with your friends. The link is in my bio. You can click on the link in my bio. You can click on the link on Friday Night Gist bio, and you're able to get some shorts, amazing stuff we're going to talk about today. So let's first do what they call it. Praise the Lord for our Nigerian doctor that did the surgery for our
He's
Glorilla.
actually not Nigerian.
They say it's a Nigerian person. I'm
He's
not like
Ghanaian.
in my head. I'm like, why is everybody that wears kaftan or wears article material becomes Nigerian like
He's actually not Nigerian.
instantly? But
He's,
well, we thank God for his life. We thank God for helping him to perform the surgery. Um, Yay, yes, we are back, we are back. Welcome.
okay.
We had to, the funny thing is that part of the reason why we had to create like a separate Instagram page for the show was because we both sat and looked at it and I was telling Dami's like, oh, let's keep using our page. And I'm like,
I
Dami,
did not agree. Let me tell you what
Dami
I
did not,
did
and that's
not.
why I'm calling you out on it. And I'm like, to be very sincere, Dami, I know that you will say that, oh, it will take time to grow and stuff like that. But thank God we did that because I and Dami were on a, what they call it, a creative block, a creative
Honestly.
break for this week. And thank God we already had like stuff lined up for the week. So we're able to promote the show and share. And all of you had to, like, if not, I don't even know how this show would have been today. But
Like honestly, to be
came,
honest, I
came
didn't want
running
and
for
the reason
you.
why I didn't want to create a new page. So welcome everyone. We're talking about a new page in case you are listening to this sometime later and you're wondering what we're talking about. We're talking about we have a new Instagram page dedicated to this show. And when we were, sort of brainstorming and trying to see, what we wanted to do this year and all that, I wasn't for it. Anu was like, "Pro, let's have a page." I wasn't for it because I felt like we already had like an audience, and it was a bit difficult. We would have to build again. And to be honest, I manage so many social media pages that I can't like I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm out social media. Like this whole week I stayed off social media. Not because of
Damn,
any
damn it, sorry. Someone just said that they love my glasses. I have to say thank you.
please, excuse me. This week I intentionally stayed off social media just cause like I was just like over it. And I don't know if it happens to me particularly because I was thinking about it and I'm thinking, okay, this seems to be a pattern. Usually this happened around this time last Valentine's Day, like Valentine's week. So I was like, is it me? Like, am I like, you know, usually just worn out by the whole Valentine. And to be honest, it was just one of those weeks that I was like, it's time to check off social media, except it was necessary or someone said they DM'd me or something. I was
Valentine is coming. Hey, where's your boyfriend? I think that song over trended this year even than the last year that it came out.
they had a second version, right?
Oh
There's a
no, I've listened to it. I've listened to it. My sister, I listened to it.
so yeah, and so Anu was like, let's have this again. And so I pretty much told her, I said, Anu, I'm not this page is going to be you. You brought it up, your responsibility, you. But now I'm trying to see a bit of reason why, we needed the page. I mean I was worried about because I know how long it takes to sort of grow a brand and just having to start over again.
Someone's calling you out. Someone said that when you won't visit her, so this Pam said that if you visit her, your mood will change.
Honestly, Palm, this like if Pamela has cane and she's flogging me, I should be saying yes, man. I deserve it. Yeah. So and those breaks are sort of healthy. And to me, I was like, I manage. Believe it or not, guys, I manage plus this Friday night gist. This has become the 14th social media account I manage. This is minus, you know, Instagram. I'm sorry, Facebook
Personal,
and all that.
your personal account is even suffering.
Like I'm like I can't stretch myself so thing. But thank God for I know I thank God for her just taking this up. Hopefully, this year we're going to grow that. So we're going to have to employ people to be helping us do different things. So to the gist of the day,
My
let's
dear,
dive into this of the
my
day.
dear, that prayer you just made, guys, please make sure you share with your friends. Make sure your friends come join us. I know one thing I told myself. I told myself that if people that follow us, they really love us, they will follow the page. That was what I told myself. Like I didn't care whether it was 1,000 followers or 200 followers. I told myself that the support will come. Personally, I feel like it's not everybody that I love that I go all out to do stuff for, but
Mhm.
at the same time, with the response I saw in less than 3 days, we had almost 70 followers. Like in less than three
And
days.
yes, which was encouraging. And I
Do you
won't lie to
understand?
you. I won't lie to you. Maybe it's because from someone
It's
that
because you have a lot that you're doing at the same time. You know when we
not
sat down
even
to break
that.
it down.
Unfortunately, I can't say like to me the numbers matter because at the end of it, I'm looking at bottom line. I'm looking at so sometimes that's one of the reasons why I have to do like these mental checks. Just sort of check out and just sort of remember, okay, the why and whatnot because you can get consumed by it. Number of followers. All those people that say it doesn't matter, da 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 da, it's a lie. At some point, because it takes a lot of work to create something, right? And you want that you sort of want that validation that it was okay. Now, it's not ideal, I mean, if you're passionate about something, you should just create and put it out there and whatnot. But I you know what I'm talking about, no? You spend hours creating something and people don't even acknowledge it. So again, that was part of it for me that having to start all this building again. I'm over it. Anyways, we're already 10 minutes live. So let's go to the topics for today. So, everybody, this week, Gorilla Glue Girl has been trending. And the amazing part about the gist is that it's like every day you wake up, there's a new update, there's a new update, there's a new update. So, for those of you that don't know this gist about Gorilla Glue Girl, she ran out of her hair gel got to be, I don't use it, got to be or something. Yeah. She shall ran
So
out of it.
it's got to be here. It's like a so people that do that wear wig,
Mm-hmm.
what you use to lay your frontal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she ran out of it. And normally you just spray pam pam and you lay it, you tie your scarf so that it gets laid, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
expect that this person will, at least if you don't have it, you can easily put your wig on and just, or lay your edges with like a regular gel. But
Mm-hmm.
sis wanted it to be snatched. She
No,
wanted
but
to,
look at no. Let's talk about the hairstyle she had. She had packing gel. I don't know what the
no,
2020
no, 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 no. So
21
Yami,
version is called.
Yami, you know how our natural hairs differ.
Mm-hmm.
My natural hair, if you don't use something that can let it lay, it will not lay anything, be like cream like
And
this.
that's what I'm saying. That the hairstyle she did. I'm talking about the hairstyle. So she did a
Yeah,
ponytail, like
yeah,
So it's that hairstyle requires you to use a lot of gel,
yeah. And soup,
right? And so she ran out of gel, and she said to use Gorilla Glue. Now, if you don't know what Gorilla Glue is, you know what carpenters use. Have you seen like the because
even the
Gorilla Glue?
ad, even the ad makes you know that this thing works really well. And I'm sure that when she sprayed it, she didn't just do pss, pss. She did.
And that's why I'm emphasizing the hairstyle that she did. She did packing gel, like that's what we used to call it in. Sorry that it sounds bad, but she did like a ponytail. She did like a ponytail, right? So for it to be snatched, you have to put gel so that it's
Yeah,
all laid, right? So it requires this particular hairstyle requires a lot of gel. So first of all, me, I did not even know that Gorilla Glue had the spray kind, because when I read the story at first, I was like, how on earth did she put, like, how did she rub? Because the Gorilla Glue that I'm thinking about is in Nigeria, we have it. For those of you that don't know, we're Nigerians. In Nigeria, we have it, but it's usually like they use like a stick to sort of rub
yeah.
it.
So you
And
kind of put on your hand.
shoemakers,
If you're even using, no, shoemakers use a faux stick. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm very raz. Shoemakers use a faux stick. Y'all, if you're from Nigeria, you know a faux stick. I got you. There's a guy in front of UI gate that time. There's nothing that is wrong with your shoe. You first put a faux stick, lay it, use hammer to bang it in, they now sew it for you. So the efficiency of a faux stick, no talk of Gorilla Glue that really, really, really works. And like I said, I'm very sure that because she wanted it snatched and laid, she really sprayed. Now, some people are saying that, oh, because she saw the adhesive part and he didn't say anything about hair. And it was a lie. She was not trying to sue Gorilla Glue. She was not trying to, nah, she was just, and the guy also said that he reached out to Gorilla Glue and they were able to even help for him to do the mixture he did to be able to take care of her hair. But in my head, I'm just thinking that all these things that we do all in the name of trying to find alternatives, that's the standpoint. And funny enough, it's out of the picture of what happened, but it just made me think of the alternative sometimes we seek when we are going through life, right? And sometimes we go to the extreme, all in the place of wanting to look our best, and
it
it
seems
turns out
quick,
to be, yeah, yeah.
you know,
It
and
just
and that
really
was the thing
helps
about
me.
it was with her story, like so. I mean, which is going to lead us to our next topic. But with her story, like it wasn't intentional. It was a very, very stupid mistake. It was a mistake. So by the time she came out on social media, so she came out on TikTok asking for help. She said she had her head had not changed in 1 month. Her hair had not changed in 1 month because it was late, you know.
No, it was not laid. It was cemented.
It was cemented,
It
and she
was
was
bad.
pretty much asking for help because, of course, you
And she
cannot
was in
imagine.
pain because she couldn't sleep. Like she was in severe pain. So imagine you, and I feel Gorilla Glue will be like with the way the guy did a demo on the door. How I
Mhm.
feel like is, when you mix cement and it dries up. So how she was doing her head, like it made me feel like this lady, she's actually in pain. But like I said, I think the moral lesson from this entire conversation is don't find quick means to kind of fix a situation in life. Like, try to follow a process. If you're running out of something, either you seek help or you speak to someone, or you, like, don't ever try to do a quick reach scheme, or what, how do they put it? Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
try to use a quick reach there. Oh, you know what? I quickly used it, because that was what she did. She tried to quickly get a solution, and it turned out to be a whole mess. Thank God people raised over $20,000 for her.
But she
Thank
did. I mean, I hope she turns this whole thing, make it work for her, because the guy that did the that got the glue out of her hair was did it for free.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
and which was good. I think it was good because I came across a post somewhere and they're like, oh, he wanted his minutes of fame. Excuse me.
Well, apparently his wife has been on TV before, so it's
And
not like they're, and he's a doctor in Beverly Hills. Please,
yeah,
let's be
yeah, let
calming
him
down.
sell his
He has
market.
money. Yeah.
Let him like I mean, so please, he did something great. So he's
Yeah.
whether he's on TV or not, or whether he wanted the publicity, he solved the problem,
Yep.
which is great, which is good for him. Now we know his name, Michael Ubeng, you know. Anyways, so now moving to the next gist. So continue with this Gorilla Glue gist.
Wait,
So there's
Dami.
a guy. Have
Before
you
we
heard about
go,
it?
before we go,
Mhm.
actually, guys, we are sorry. I wanted to ask, how's your 2021 been, Dami? Because this is our first show of the year. Before we jump into like the next topic, like, how's our 2021 been? Because for some people it's just a continuation of 2020. For some people it's just been a let's just thank God. For some people it's like, I'm pumped, I'm super excited. So for you, how's it been?
It's okay. It's there's so much going on for me in terms of trainings. So this year I wanted to get a lot of formal education with what I'm doing, certification. So that's been the focus, getting certified, especially with social media marketing and digital marketing and all that. So it's been school again. There's that. There are also some opportunities that have presented itself that actually I have a presentation tomorrow, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it just feels very serious. This year feels a lot serious than last year, like in terms of,
Okay.
okay, now we understand how it works. Now it's just the formalities of it, so the education and all that kind of stuff. So to be honest, my 2021 is just okay. Um, yeah, I know by God's grace, so many things would come together, but I mean, I think I'm in the second category that you mentioned. That is kind of like, oh yeah, it's just we really just changed the dates, really.
Well, for me, I think 2020 was like a very, 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 like, it was a peak year for me.
You had your baby.
2021, not just that, I think that I got to know a lot about myself more in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of relationship I had with God in 2020 was very, very different than every other year. Then entering into this year is been more or less like, I've just been taking it one day at a time, and now my baby is growing very fast. So yeah, I'm like, I close my eyes, wake up, this clothes is no longer a size, or this one is too small for, and all that. So in my head, it's just been a lot of wanting to do better, wanting to be better, and wanting to push myself. But at the same time, I think that at some point I got so overwhelmed, and I had to like dial it back down and have like a seat. I think this year has been more or less like me having sit down with the Holy Spirit, and we just sit down and talk about things that I'm going through or things that are going on with me. And we just kind of talk about it, and we move, you get. But yeah, that's kind of how the year has been. It's not been so much of activities or whatnot. I've been trying to connect with a lot of people, which is very good. But at the same time, I think that it's just been that kind of year that I've just been pacing myself and taking it one day at a time. So let's know in the comment section, how's your 2021 been? What have you been up to? What have you done? For those that writing midterms, has midterm been, and lots more. So yeah, I'll have Dynamic continue. I just wanted us to like piggyback on.
Yeah, thank God that you did that too, because let's check on one another, um,
Let's do.
and just make sure that we're okay. So back to the conversation. One of the things I like that you sort of pointed out about the Gorilla Google is that lesson. I never really thought about it that way. And even when we were picking the topics to talk about today, that was not what we had in mind. But it just shows that, I mean, she thought she probably was in a hurry to go somewhere and thought like, okay, this is a quick fix. And if she had probably just driven to a store and gotten it, that seemed like a longer solution. She wouldn't have been she wouldn't have been in that position. Anyways, so thank God that that is all sorted out. And she's good right now. But there's now a Gorilla Glue challenge. So so somebody
Holy Ghost.
Louisiana said that the Gorilla Girl, she was exaggerating. She's, trying to, because of course she got all this fame. She got all this fame. Everybody was talking about her, news outlets. She was everywhere. She was trending. She got a GoFundMe. She got up to 20 grand. She got like I mean, and one thing is that she didn't even want. She's not the kind of person that wanted that attention.
So just because I believe that she's a human being, and we've tagged her Gorilla Ghoul Lady, but her name is a 40-year-old Tessica Brown. So
Yeah.
just so that we kind of not also put, because people feel like people calling her Gorilla Glue Lady, they tag her to that. I feel like Gorilla Glue should give her endorsements. Yeah, so it's Tessica Brown. She's a 40-year-old mom, and yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
So please let me hear about this challenge.
this dude decides that he's like he wants to prove a point that it's really not that serious, and so he puts Gloria Glue on his mouth, and I think he put a cup, a paper cup. Child ended up in the ER. Right now, guys, this brings me to my next topic: challenges. These challenges that we're doing. First of all, nobody should tag me in any challenge again. I think 2020 we did challenge. Tag 5 we did so much of them. I'm over it, But it brings me up to the challenge because of course it ended up in the ER, and I mean that guy was just being stupid, pretty much. But there've been different challenges. There's been the armed robbery challenge. People have gotten killed. People are doing this for views. People are doing this for this was a YouTube, this particular channel was a YouTube challenge. So by YouTubers, they would prank someone that they are robbing them. And of course they pranked somebody that had a gun, self-defense, and he killed, one of them. There's been the silhouette challenge that has been debated all over the place. There's been the busted challenge. So my question is, I mean, when do we draw the line with these challenges?
You know why I get fed up about these things. When I saw the Bossy challenge and a lot of Christian kind of flipped it, and when they bend down, they changed it to all these old classic songs that we used to listen to. I felt like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. People are turning to something very positive and stuff like that. Excuse me. Until I saw the silhouette challenge, and I asked myself, where's the place of value in the society today? I know that a lot of people will say, oh, I know you're just being over whatever about it, but I feel like it's important for us to have this conversation. I don't believe that we're in a society that values, how would I call it, being covered up anymore. I think the value of me putting on a suit, a jacket, looking all cream and cool, you still have people that believe in that, but now sex sells everything, and it's like it's now normal. Like, I was trying to watch a family friendly movie on Netflix, and the first three scenes were very perverse, like very perverse. It was like they were naked. Do you understand? So
Mhm.
you can imagine if I saw the it's just like thumbnails, right? I see the it's about Thanksgiving. Oh, let me see what they're talking about Thanksgiving. And it was so nasty. I had to just stop it. And in my head, I feel like we are in a society that doesn't value um purity anymore. To be very sincere with you, why should you, for any reason, want to strip yourself for validation? And I think that is the crux of 90% of all these challenges. To get viewers, to get more followers, to see what's trending. It's all validation. And I think that if you yourself by yourself cannot validate yourself for yourself and by yourself,
You say thank you.
then there's an issue in the first place. That means it's not the challenge that is causing the problem. It is you that have a fundamental problem in the first place.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that, oh, when they say, oh, do I know a Bible challenge, the scripture challenge, there's some that nice. I don't do challenges. I don't, as much as you should jump on some things, it's not, I'm not the I'm not the
Honestly.
person that will jump on it. Like it would have gone before I would have seen the wagons back. I would have been like, oh, there's a challenge. Oh, even the only I think I knew about the silhouette like maybe like a week after, and people had already talked about it. I'm like, oh, which one is silhouette challenge? And I saw the first video, and I just turned off Instagram for that entire day. Like I didn't check my Instagram feed that day. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. Like,
But you know what? You mentioned something that I think that is important because these things seem to be we seem to be pushing the boundaries bit by bit by bit by bit. Because aside from Bossy Challenge, right? And Bossy Challenge, I mean, it gets to a part you drop and start twerking and all that in a sexy outfit and whatnot. And it got to so there has been one of the things that I've noticed with a couple of these challenges is that I've seen that the boundaries keep shifting, right? And I remember having a conversation with somebody, and I was talking about like, okay, so I really want to understand the reason for the silhouette challenge, right? Again, it's views. You're looking at views. Um, you're looking at numbers, followership, and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, in the times that we live in, that is a it's easy to get caught up in that, right? It's easy to even me as grown as I am, I have to make conscious decisions to check myself for some things, right? To make sure
yeah,
that okay, why am I posting this? Am I posting it because I want because I tell you guys this, like if I want to get to if I want to have a million followers straight, I know what to do. Right. As a blogger, I know what to do. I get stories. I get people send me emails, and I think I don't know if I've ever even shared some with you, but my friend Shay would testify. Like I get juicy details. Somebody saw someone's husband, someone so yeah, but that's not what I want to be. That's not what I want to be identified with. So, but it's easy to if your focus is that, it's easy to fall into those things. So when I was talking to the person, I was like, okay, so what's the point of okay, let's even maybe my opinion is influenced because I'm a Christian. Like I just don't see it's not in any way glorifying God, But okay, explain to me why there's a need for this. So I explained in terms of um um from the business aspect of things that I my minor was in entrepreneurship, and we had to take like a HR class, and we had like executives from big companies, and they said they actually go through social media now is a thing that they do to see if you are a like they don't want anybody that's problematic, because now
I
that
mean, even churches now do it. If you want to see the person they want to invite, they actually go on social media to see the top trending gospel artists.
No, not even I. Oh, that's even a different conversation, you know. But this one, I'm talking about like
No, I'm saying that if companies can use it, I'm saying that churches has got we've gone that low to start searching for who's trending. No, no, and it's the
okay,
truth.
I that's what I'm saying, that that's a different conversation because you know now we're looking at those are two different angles to it. So looking at it in the sense that as a gospel artist or somebody that you're inviting, treating that as like because that's what Nollywood stars do, right? You look at the person that has the most followers, the most clout, so that when you do a movie, it will sell. So you're looking at the top 10 gospel artists because when you invite in people that are not members of your church will tune in into your church and everything. So that's kind of that's a bit different. Me, I'm even talking about like in terms of job opportunities, why would I want to do a silhouette challenge, you know, and like how would employers, you know, when you apply for a job and they're checking to see, you know, your social media or your digital print and they see that like what really is the essence of it, you know? And people have chalked it down to women empowerment. You don't tell a woman about her body. I don't understand it. I am, yes, I am an empowered woman. I am an independent woman, but I don't think I need to sexualize myself in any way to prove that point, to prove that I'm free. Like,
So why is it always in those pervert, sexy? Why are we always only empower? Why are we always women empowerment only comes when we are sexy? Like Kamala Harris did a photo shoot. She wore her regular suit with sneakers. They had an issue with it. She covered up. She did everything. They had an issue with it. If she had worn a dress that was fitted, they will have an issue with it. If she had worn something that maybe was armless, I'm like, why can't we just let's be happy for everybody?
I think I don't know because I think it goes I again I don't understand the argument of you know it's my body so to prove that I am empowered or I'm independent I should do these things because that silhouette challenge was pretty much porn, like it was soft porn. And where I'm even you know where I'm even cautious about is that if you are not careful, you see things that you're not supposed to see, and you expose your spirit to you know certain things. Because I mean, I'm just like there are many people that just went on social media that day and saw things that because some of those things are just like, and you know what's funny? You know the heart of man is desperately wicked. You know, after that Silhouette challenge came out, people were actually tweeting how to take off the filter. People had solutions that they were actually tweeting. If you click this, because they wanted to see the bodies of why in the first place will you put yourself in that position? I don't get it.
So why is it that when we see men take their shirt off doing an ad, Idris Elba or someone, we don't call that male empowerment. We don't say, oh, it's the year of the man, oh, it's the whatever man. But once a woman does it, we tag it to empowerment. I think that there are some double standards in between. Like when a guy takes his shirt off and he's like this, and he takes a picture, we say, "Oh, he's the sexiest man alive," right? But
Mhm.
when a woman strips everything to the barest, then we say, "Oh, she's the sexiest woman alive." But they'll say, "Oh, but she's a slut. Oh, but she's a this. Oh, but she's a that." Then the woman instead of picking the negative part, we take, "Oh, it's female empowerment. She needs to wear." I
Okay,
think there's double standard in between, though.
so let me explain why that happened. So the mindset behind that is that, and it's the same way with the N word, right? Is that this word was used to insult us, was used in a derogatory manner, and so we're taking it and making it our own. Do you understand? So because the term the N word was created to insult the black man, right? So now that you are now only a black person can say it, is we're taking that word back and we're making that one. The same way with the B word, like when you call the female dog, when you call a woman that, right? If it's a woman calling a woman that, it's a different meaning. So I'm just explaining the mindset is that they're trying to, the mindset is that we're taking back that word that should have been negative and making it positive. So when we say it, it's different from when it's said that way. That's why. And by the way, I don't get it. You know, it always amazes me. This is sidetrack now. It always amazes me when I see girls actually call their friends, "Oh my," be my like. I'm like, if it's
And I think now we've actually the people have made that word regular now.
yeah,
When they call their friends female dogs. Let's just say that, because that's the
that's the
meaning.
word. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never, even before I came to know Christ, I've never, like, it's just something that's just I didn't
Very
find it funny.
nasty.
I thought it was nasty. I thought, like, or the H word, the cutlass, I don't want to say those words, but you
Yeah.
guys get the idea.
Yeah.
Like, I never get it. So that's the mindset behind it, is that we are taking this thing. So a lot of people argue that, oh, because women have been sexualized and objectified and not whatnot, now when we make it our own, and then we have power over it, which now takes me to another movement that was trending this week, the feminism, right? Because this is part of it. This is the empowerment of it. And
I saw the tweet.
what are your thoughts?
You know those conversations that when you just see them, you just ease and you close the door. That's how I felt about it. These days, this is what I believe. I take people's opinions as their opinions and I leave it there. I've got into a place in my life and in my growth, not even just as a Christian, but as a human being, that whatever anybody says, it's their opinion. And whether I respect the person or I don't respect the person, I kind of filter through opinions. I don't just take it because this man of God or this great person or this person I respect so much said this. I don't necessarily like look at the whole situation with the evangelist Ravi now coming out and hearing all those things. For me, I never knew him, but when there's been a lot of cover up for sexual allegations and bearing love, like nasty things with women, it now makes me look at it that, to be very sincere, each person which is or Christianity, like, to be very sincere with you, when I saw the tweet about the feminists, I think it was about keeping their home. I'm trying to look for it on IG if I can get it, so like we can actually read um the
And I just want to say, I sort of heard about, as I said, this whole week I was, off social media and whatnot. Like, I sort of heard, a few things here and there, but I wanted to say something with the Christians of today. A lot of us don't know God for ourselves. I was
okay, so sorry, let me read it. Okay, I think I'm out of focus.
mhm.
Okay. Okay. So it says, men and women may be equal, husband and wife are never equal. If you're a single sister, don't join the feminist movement. The feminist movement may make you lose the will of God for your life. If you are married, don't join them either. If you want to get the best out of your marriage, the feminism want to contest the head of the home.
I do agree with that statement.
You do agree?
I agree. Yeah.
So why I said it was no, I agree with a lot he said, and that's why I said that everybody's opinion and whatever they be, like, my definition of feminism. is the basic, what I know from before time began, not all this Maggie and stuff people have added to it. So if it's based on that definition, for me, it will not correlate. Right? If you're treating a man this way, you should treat the woman this way. If you're paying the man this salary, pay the woman this salary.
But that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Mhm,
if you're now saying that, oh, husband and wife, there are roles that you can't say that they will do the exact, like you can't say as the woman you are the head of and that's why I said that particular, the caption was meant for people that have added Maggie salt curry to the feminists, what the definition of feminism in
mhm,
itself.
mhm.
That was who that was. So that's like it didn't really bother me because I'm not part of the Maggie and salt extra kind of people, right? So yeah, but
No,
yeah.
that's what I'm linking it up to all of this. So the tweets that I know actually just read is by evangelist Mike Bamiloye, and he was talking about feminism and Christianity. Right, that's a summary of it. And you know, the reason why I always say this, I even if I'm an independent woman, by I believe in equality and all that. I don't like to be associated with the word feminism because it's become something else, right? And there's now a negative connotation to it. So it's usually man hater or things like the silhouette challenge, because that's where I was going to with the silhouette challenge, because then people, I told you that of course, guys there to find ways to remove the filter and put solutions on Twitter. And then people, women are saying, "Oh, we need our own space. Why can't we just have something and enjoy it without, people doing all these things? This is just us empowering. This is not. It's not about the guys. It's for us." And again, part of it was chalked to the feminist. Okay, yes, because we are women, we are, we can do what we want and all that kind of stuff. And it's that's where I feel like it's scary with all of that, because yes, what may I understand as feminism is equality. So I work myself, and I'm working somewhere and I'm working with a man in the same position. Hello, I deserve the same pay. I deserve to be treated the same way, and not treated less than because of my sex, right? But in terms of according to the Bible, because that's our standard, there's a structure already there. Now, what people don't understand is that the feminine the structure there does not mean that somebody is inferior or superior. That's not what it means. It's still a partnership, right? Just that there are different responsibilities, some, and that is definitely not equal, different. Do you understand what I mean? So that is my fear with this whole feminist movement, because things like the silhouette challenge, things like the buses challenge have been chucked to, it is us being women. We
Yeah.
can do what we want with our bodies. Of course, a guy too can do what he wants with our body, but is it really the right thing to do? And what is the goal of doing that? Like, what do you want to achieve? Like, and maybe you can comment on this. I don't know how I feel about people turning it into a gospel thing.
Me, I have an issue with it, right? The only reason why people like it is because they feel like at least that will kind of reduce the insanity of it. Do you understand? It's like you see. Sorry, guys. So you know how people see, let's say, people wearing a particular thing, let's say like fashion, right? And they now see a Christian wear a particular kind of outfit that is similar to it, it becomes a trend, right? So
Mhm,
I feel like the world should not set, we should be trendsetters, not the world setting trends for us, right? Because we are the light, we are the salt of the earth. But
mhm,
my the only time the only time I kind of just ease myself out of it is because I feel like people, how do I call it? Mm, people kind of just take themselves that, oh well, it's a Christian that's doing it, and we are we are sanctified. Yes, that word. We are we've Christianized it, so it's like putting cream or putting icing on the cake. So let's just, it will dilute the bad part of that. That's how people feel.
Okay, so let me explain something. I
Yeah,
think that in recent times I've come to is one of the things that God actually has revealed to me recently. That the fact that you put Jesus and God in everything does not make it Christian. Does not make it right. Do you understand? Because I think that a lot of times we feel like, okay, okay, for example, if I'm shooting a video and I use Christian music as the background music, then, oh, well, she's a Christian vlogger. Do you understand what I mean? Or we put um oh, anything, just putting Jesus in it, right? Or you can make a song, and as far as you say Jesus a couple of times, say Jesus like 6 times, it has become, a Christian song, right? Now, there's a spirit behind every message. So the fact that's why I said it's not about you doing Jesus, you saying Jesus. And that's the problem I have with the Busted Challenge, because you have people that, that they will you get to the part of the changing and they will now start singing a gospel song. But the reason that you most likely got on that challenge is because you saw that it was trending, and by the time you put the hashtag in your profile, you will be in the explore page. So you wanted to gain some level of exposure, right? Two, when people see a bossy challenge like that, how many people remember the other half of the song? Now, I've seen a couple of Christians bossy challenges that, of course, they didn't expose or they didn't twerk, but I can't remember
yeah.
the song that they put after. Like, I can't remember the. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, I did because there were very few I saw, right? Like I saw the songs, very few. I think I'd seen Ben Low. I think I've seen something something can do something for Jesus. So I've seen, I saw like maybe three, and those three I can say, okay, I can remember like two people used
Mhm.
bendo and another person used like a Christian song, you understand? But I get what you're saying, the spirit behind the challenge, and that's why I said that in the first place we are trendsetters, not the other way around. Do you
You
understand?
know, and that is the crux of it, is that we need to, and even as Christians, because sometimes, as you rightly said, because somebody seems spiritual because they've said they are saying certain things, or they're which is another thing that maybe should be another topic for another day. There are so many doctrines now, so many, so many ridiculous doctrines that have huge followership. Young pastors, our age mates, that are the ones leading these doctrines and whatnot, and
I
people
see.
are jumping on the bandwagon because they mentioned the Holy Spirit, they said Jesus, they said God,
Damn,
and
damn it. Let me tell you why all those things don't even, I feel like people are not actually studying the word for themselves. You know something that Pastor said during one of the Explore the Words? He said, don't just be carried away by the charisma or whatnot, by the fruits. It's the
no, but
fruit.
he said by the leaves.
By the leaves, thank you. It's not by the leaves, it's by the fruits you will know them. So I think we ourselves don't even know the fruits of the spirit. We don't even know what we are supposed to find out or see, or or she'll pin out in our heads when we see these things, right? We
Mhm.
only jump on, oh, this person is doing this. Oh, sorry, y'all need Jesus. That's true. Y'all need Jesus. I'm trying to, I don't know why it's going out of focus. Oh my. Okay. So we're back. So in my head, I feel like we are so carried away by the gymnastics and the nice suit and the this and the that. I know, you know that I've listened to some messages where did you mention Jesus throughout? They didn't open the scripture. It was so, you know how you are giving doing like an open mic session. We're just talking about, when the rivers overflow and you have peace and you attract the kind of energy. And I'm like, when do we start talking about energy in Christian?
And it's so, because that, I mean, I was listening to the live session that Dunsi and Nathaniel Bassi had, and that was one of the things that they sort of brought up, that now is that we want motivational speakers. And because and this is even speaking to myself, because you're looking at the trend of the world. An example of the trend of the world is, now we are conscious of time. We think about time. Oh, messages, Sunday service, 1 hour 30 minutes, like anything more than that you're doing past yourself. And we're looking at it based on the standard of the world, right?
Or these same people will be on Clubhouse for 5 hours.
Oh my God, let's even talk about Clubhouse. Let's talk about Clubhouse. Let's close off with Clubhouse. First of all, thank you for bringing that up. Is it everybody in Clubhouse that is earning 7 figures, I mean 8 figures or 10 figures? Or is it me that always says this? Or is it I should change my network? Because everywhere I'm just saying that earn how I earned 5 figures in 1 year, in 1 month. I was like, we have this many people with this net worth.
It now makes you feel like, what have I done my life?
Ah,
I'm 22 years old. I work with I earn $600,000.
that's not how they put it. How I
And
earned 5, 10 figures.
no. I'm saying that this person is on stage, so they are the ones talking. I'm
So,
telling you, I'm 23 years old. I work with a fashion. So Extra Step CEO is saying, what would they be doing for 5 hours? Oh,
ah,
8 hours on Clubhouse, ma'am. Like, let's not even see. It's not a small stuff. Oh. It's not even small at all.
okay.
It's
So let's Clubhouse. So that's my number one thing. Second of all, there's just been so many, like, you will see groups like how men are scum. Let's discuss. Like, and what amazes me is that I know everything is banter, but and that house will be, that club will be on for
so I've
hours.
seen one where they started. I had gone out, come back, gone out, come back, and I was now gonna talk at. I think I was gonna talk at. I'm trying to see, about 8 hours after. A lot of people had left, and I was going to talk about 8 hours after, and I'm like, oh, thank you very much. And I'm like, for 8 hours, like, I want to know, is there money? Excuse me. Then another thing is that particular thing you just mentioned. You will see 300 people on that particular page, on that particular room.
Mhm.
300 people, 400 people, 600 people. And one thing that I'm not judging, no, I'm not judging, but it's the same pillar that I use for Instagram, I use for Clubhouse. If
Mhm.
I see you like certain posts, if I see you follow certain people, it kind of tells me where your values lie. And it's the same standard I put on Clubhouse. I open, I see what they're talking about. It doesn't interest me. I leave immediately because my values, it doesn't even relate to my value at all, at all, at all, at all. So I feel like a lot of times we get carried away by wanting to have gist. I know some people that just put it on just because they want to hear banter while they are working, but I feel like you still should be very careful on what you associate yourself with so that it doesn't make you look like you are that kind of person. That's how I feel.
Yeah, so I mean, and don't get me wrong, Clubhouse is I think it's great, right? I actually love Clubhouse. I think that there's so many opportunities in Clubhouse, and you have to know how to take. I think everyone should be on Clubhouse. So those in my circle, in my like I have that I can plug. I have done that, brought them in, and I think that it's a good place to network. You know, um, for me especially, I told myself that this year I want to diversify and be challenge myself and be in certain spaces beyond the African community, and it's as if God heard my prayers because Clubhouse has been helping me fulfill that. You know, I've gotten to speak in rooms that, you know, I I would not have imagined myself speaking in, I've gotten to interact with different people. I've made new friends that are not Africans, they're in different sectors of the government and all that. So I think that for depending on your industry, Clubhouse is good. I mean, networking. And really that's the currency of the time that we're in. So take advantage of it. But I have a problem in which it's good to have bands because I mean, have fun, meet people, It's not every time serious conversation. Sometimes you just want to just gist, right?
Yeah.
Especially in, the what is going on in the world right now. But also be intentional about how you're doing all of that. If you are just going to clubhouse to just everything is banter, then that's a problem. But take advantage of it. Network, meet people. Like I told you about the group I'm in, like the political network. I've met so many people in different sectors all over Canada. We've talked about different. We have like a session tomorrow now. We've talked about different things. We've had games nights. So build those networks because you will need them some way, and you have to be strategic with associates and your friends and your partners and all that kind of stuff. So that's what Clubhouse is for me. Once in a while, banter, because sometimes you just enter some places and you're just like, oh, just haha to kiki kaka, But remember that, as Anu rightly said, there's also a telling part on you. So there are some places that I see that I'm just like, what's this person doing in this kind of.
Yeah, that comes to my head too, and I'm like, you know what? Live quietly.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyways, any additions, subtractions before we
Well,
leave?
I'll just say that live intentionally, take each day intentionally. Like Fixie Finance, we say, don't go into debt for Valentine. Make sure that you are spent wisely. There's so many tiny things you can do. Candle is free, so if you want cheap candles, you can even go to Walmart and get cheap $45.
Candy is not free, oh, except you
Well,
I said
I always have candles in the house. So I would have gotten since like early 2020, late 2019. So I would say enjoy yourself, prepare that meal if you don't feel like going out. Don't break the bank. Every day is the day that you and your partner or you and your husband or boyfriend or fiancé will love each other for the rest of your life. So I would just say, and the most important person that loves us so much is God, right? So as much as the eros where we have all the love and touchy and whatnot, it's also important to also give and share love of Jesus to each and everyone around you. And there's some people that are out there that actually even need more stuff than that money you want to spend on Valentine. So look for charity organizations that are doing stuff for people around them and give. So yeah, that's kind of what I would say we should do before we go.
yeah, and now that you actually brought it up, this tomorrow is actually Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So for people like us that were single to stupor, No, there's no cake.
That can't be going.
I'm serious. There's no cake. I'm actually being serious now. There's no cake. There's nothing. And I know that because of the way Valentine's has been commercialized, it's easy for this to be that, oh, woe betide me, I'm lonely, I don't have anyone, and all that. Um, don't get distracted by it. A lot of it is for sure. I'm sure the whole of Instagram this weekend we are going to be seeing those saxophone people making noise all over. By the way, I hate that thing. If anyone should actually do that Telegram thing, like that they will send saxophone and cake, and they will now use money to do cake, it is hella stupid. Very, very stupid.
To you, to them, that's the most
It
important
is so
thing.
stupid. Like,
Damn it, don't say it's stupid because that's
no,
what they love.
no,
That's what people
no.
love. People love it like that. Don't even say that.
Please, I beg you, if you know me, don't ever send me that kind of thing.
Don't be
Like, if you want to give me money, give me money.
flower with saxophone and
And they will now do the money cake
date.
four
Yes.
layer.
Act- Nobody has surprised me before, apart from my bridal shower. So please,
No, please, I beg you, nobody should ever do. If you want to do that, just interact, or you can like. Mm-mm. Anyways, I know that all of that is going to be happening this weekend, and people are really going to, as a single person, it's hard not to feel some type of way. Before I would say, oh, be strong, all that, but even myself, I know that sometimes it gets to you.
yeah.
So don't let it get to you. When you understand what your purpose is and why you're on earth, and don't let it get to you. It's love is beyond all of that stuff. I know it's cliche to say, oh, it seems like a consolation prize when we say, God loves you, but He does love you,
Yep, you do.
right?
He does.
And there's so many things that we should be appreciative for, self love. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day, is a celebration of friends and girlfriends, celebrating sisterhood pretty much. So to all my single sisters, happy Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day.
Nice day, guys.
You know, um, Make sure you spend time taking care of yourself. And I'm talking to myself because I need a lot of self care. But make sure you just spend some time taking care of yourself and appreciating yourself because you are worth it. You deserve it.
You're
You deserve to
beautiful,
be pampered.
you're special, you're exceptional.
You don't need a guy to be the one to tell you that.
Nobody needs to validate.
Period. Simple. So yeah. So that by take. And to all the lovers of Valentine's Day, you push take it easy on us. So please, we are begging you. Let us hear word on Sunday.
We're going to hear
let's
the word of God.
let's hear the word of God on Sunday. We don't want
Matching red.
like oh my god, is that particular that saxophone thing. I just like this thing is so noisy. And I wonder how you can enter somebody's office just making making noise with trumpets and
People,
saxophone.
please let me mute that is mic.
So like please I beg you, if you want to do that for me, you can just interact money. Don't bring any trumpets. Send a cake. You can send flowers. You don't need to display the money that you sent me on 3 layers of cake. And I'm just like,
Oh my
why? And that's a thriving industry. Like
Yeah.
it's a thriving industry. So yeah. Anyways, happy Valentine's Day and happy Galentine's Day
God bless
to
you
everyone
all.
out there.
See you next week on another amazing Friday night due to Anu and Dami. Please make sure that you share, subscribe to the channel, follow us at damiadeni.com and Anu Adediri. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless y'all. Till we see next time. You want to
Bye
close,
bye.
please? Bye.